So 2025 is already shaping up to be an excellent year for fans of life simulation games, and the month of May is looking especially promising. On May 1st, there are two new life simulation games dropping, Little Sim World and To Pixelia. They haven't gotten a ton of hype yet, which honestly just makes me more curious, so I figured in this video I'd do a little overview of both of these games as an unsponsored, non-compensated content creator, and hopefully help you decide if either one of these games, or maybe both, are worth checking out on May 1st. First up is Little Sim World, developed and published by Gravity. Little Sim World describes itself as a 2D life sim set in the heart of a little city full of charm, dreams, and surprises. The game is set in a town called Little London. Little Sim World seems to involve all the usual tropes of a life sim game. In the game, your uncle gives you a rundown house, and you're tasked with managing your needs, earning money, customizing your house, and building relationships. Pricing details have so far been vague. The official site for the game lists only $20 to $25 and also specifies that there will be no microtransactions or paywalls, which sounds great to me. The user interface of Little Sim World looks simple and straightforward, and the character customization looks detailed. There seems to be romance and relationships, shopping, careers, skills, and daily quests, and some options for decor. From the advanced access footage I've seen, it seems like there are only two romanceable characters right now and no multiplayer yet. Little Sim World looks like it has the potential to be a fun casual game with a low barrier to entry, but from what I've seen online, the demo version is very limited, so hopefully it's been developed a bit further than that. The aesthetics of the game seem to have people pretty divided. It's definitely very simple and cute. I personally think it's sweet myself, but some people seem to have an issue with the disconnect between the character avatars versus the actual game world versus the anime and PC portraits. I do agree it is a little jarring, but I think if the gameplay is good enough, it's something that won't bother me. One thing I think is important to note when talking about Little Sim World is that the May 1st release is early access. I know myself personally, I think I've pretty much had my fill of early access games this year, and I think I'd have to see something absolutely phenomenal in the gameplay to justify picking this one up before it's fully complete, especially at the $20 to $25 price range. And given that the developers have stated that this price is not a discount, so once you grab it in its full state, it's still going to cost the same price. The fact that developers also plan to port this to a mobile game is also interesting to me, because to me, PC games and mobile games are very different with maybe a few exceptions. And to me, when I hear mobile game, I think microtransaction, although the developers of Little Sim World have come out and said there will be no paywall or DLC or microtransactions in the game, so you might want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like I said, I have watched some content creators play Little Sim World, and it does look fun, cute, and cozy, but I don't think I want to take a chance on this game until it's fully cooked, but that's just me. It does seem to have a lot of quests and goal-directed activities built into it, which I think is always nice in a life sim. I do appreciate a bit of structure, and it also seems to offer a lot of customization in terms of your character creation. I think a lot of people will find Little Sim World cozy, and it seems very low stress with a small learning curve, and potentially could be a good game to unwind with. Maybe after I see some gameplay footage from the early release from people who are not sponsored, I may change my opinion. Until then, I think Little Sim World is a skip for me in early access. If this is our first time meeting, my name is Cassandra. I am a casual gamer on the older end of the content creator spectrum. I enjoy discussing, playing, and reviewing casual, cozy, and chaotic video games, with a focus on simulations and some RPGs thrown in there as well. I also do weekly YouTube live streams where anyone is welcomed as long as you're friendly and chill. If any of these things sound interesting to you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Every little bit of engagement helps at this stage, and I would really love to grow this teeny tiny YouTube channel into a bit of a community. The next game is one that I have heard very little about until recently, called To Pixelia. It is also coming out on May 1st for PC. Unlike Little SimWorld, To Pixelia will be a full release, which I think is totally refreshing. I think I speak for many of us when I say we're all getting a little tired of being unpaid beta testers. To Pixelia is developed by Pixeduo Studios and is published by Crytivo. Now, To Pixelia was originally supposed to come out in Q3 of 2024, but it was pushed ahead because the developer said they wanted to add additional features to the game, such as the ability to own your own business, more complex personality traits, and additional language support. As the name suggests, To Pixelia has a fun pixel art style and it takes it to the full extreme. Personally, I love pixel art and I'm quite happy to play a game with simple graphics if they're consistent throughout, as long as the gameplay is engaging enough. Pixel graphics also means a lot more people with lower spec computers can join in, which I think is a great way to make gaming more accessible. With the price of GPUs, we need more simple graphics and more of a focus on gameplay. From what I've seen of To Pixelia, it does seem to have a lot of chaotic fun elements like crime, traffic accidents, politics, professional sport, in addition to the usual things you'd find in a live sim like character customization, a personality and skill system, relationships, careers, and businesses. Despite the simple graphics, the world seems quite complex, with the developers stating there will be over 200 NPCs included in the game. The video clips I've seen make it seem like a very alive world. The world of To Pixelia even has different neighborhoods, which includes cities, countryside, and even some rougher areas. I am so happy to see a live sim that doesn't only focus on cute farming areas. I'm a big GTA fan, so I like a little bit of grit in my virtual world. It just makes things more interesting, and I think an urban environment is a nice change. There seems to be a lot of potential for chaos and degeneracy in this game, which I absolutely need my live sims to have. I just can't help it. I love causing chaos. The developer has been active on Reddit, providing lots of updates on the game, and it's said to include some fun dynamics, including the ability to rotate between playing different members of a family, the ability to pursue a life of virtue or a life of crime. I think I even saw the ability to become a professional athlete or a famous musician. There's even pets and the ability to travel by car. The developers of To Pixelia had initially planned to release it simultaneously on Switch and PC, but it seems like the Switch version is now delayed. Some of the common feedback that I saw on playtesting did report that the game felt overwhelming with too many options and controls that were clunky, and some of the mechanics felt tedious. The price for To Pixelia is honestly awesome, with the developer announcing this week that it will cost $14.99 US with a 10% launch discount and regional pricing enabled, which is awesome news for those of us who aren't in the USA. $14 for a full release game, you gotta love it. So we have two pretty solid options for life simulation games coming out on May 1st with Little SimWorld and To Pixelia. I'm really happy that both are coming out because I think the genre needs as many options and as much competition as possible. But I think between the two of them, I'm most likely going to pick up To Pixelia, just because the price for this game is so good and it's a full release game. But I think in general, both of these games seem to have some awesome potential. It's a great year to be a fan of life simulation games here in 2025. So that's the video for today. I'm very curious to hear from you guys in the comments section. Are you planning on checking out either of these games on May 1st? Or maybe you've tried the demo of one or both of these games and you have some thoughts on it already? I'm really interested, especially to hear from people who are not necessarily sponsored content creators and who haven't received any kind of promo and are just checking out the demo on their own. I would love to get your feedback. Either way though, I'm looking forward to some new life in the life sim genre. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.